Hello and welcome to Smoky 957 Gaming in episode 3 of my Californian State playthrough. In fact, this will be my first episode starting as a Californian State. It seems that the citizens of the NCR went to bed one night and woke up the next day as either a citizen of the Californian State, the Californian Way, or Reading. Now, if you are new to this playthrough and are not sure how to form a Californian State, I highly recommend going to watch episode 2 of this playthrough, as I cover all the important decisions that you need to make to change from NCR to the Californian State. And while I'm at it, if any of you watching are not subscribed to my channel, please think about subscribing to help this channel grow and reach out to everyone who enjoys playing Hearts of Iron 4 with this mod, Old World Blues. But now I want to go through the changes that I found that everyone can expect when changing from the NCR to Californian State. Firstly, I have no more options to select a Chief of Army or Chief of the Navy. So I'll have to see what happens with that in the future. I also lost an estimated 60 civilian factories, although currently I'm not really seeing the effect of that, as I have this terrible economy law that I will be getting rid of quite soon. What I have seen a very big impact from is I lost about 38 arms workshops, which means I've had to completely redo my production setup, and I also lost all my naval dockyards. Something I was lucky to keep, and I took advantage of this, is I knew that all the equipment I manufactured but didn't issue out to my troops or the Air Force, but I didn't create squadrons, I would be able to keep. So I am a step ahead in regards to equipment, but when building my army I need to be careful, as I lost approximately 15,000 recruitable manpower. So you have to be careful that I don't expand my army too fast, although I do need to grow it quite a lot. I lost about a third, I wasn't able to work out the exact number, but about a third of my infantry units and all my commanding officers except for one. So President General Moore will now lead the Californian Army in what I hope to be victory in the wasteland. Something that I was very surprised that I was able to keep was the Boneyard Fleet. Even though I have no naval base for them to dock at, I am starting with 6 ships, 3 of them capitals. So as soon as I'm able to get some form of harbor, we can be starting off on a better foot. Now, I have been banking. I've got 891 political power that I've been banking, and I want to finally hire some advisors. So starting off with, I'm going to get my military theorist, and for my military high command, at first I'm going to get Major Lawrence here so I can increase my special forces capacity and decrease my special forces training time. Then I'm going to get rid of this god-awful economic law. I'm not going for emergency economic measures, as it has a lot red that I don't like and relies on me being in a state of emergency. So instead, I'm going to go for remilitarized economy, and then I'm going to change my trade law from losing 65% of my resources under widespread consumerism to a fantastic 5% under this domestic austery. I think that's how you pronounce it. Then I want to hire an economic advisor, so I'm going to go with the gunrunner liaison to make my infantry equipment better and cheaper at the same time. For culture advisor, I was thinking of hiring Hayes, but he's still off exploring some bunker. So instead, I'm going to go for Oscar Stone to give me extra stability and less damage to my garrisons. Then last but not least, my scavengers did pick up West Tech Power Armor pre-war designer, and I do want to use power armor, so there we go. And then there are two decisions that I want to show you before we start that I believe are important. First of all is I have a presidential declaration to persecute the anarchists, basically hanging a follower, I assume, but for the cost of 1 manpower I'm going to get 5% stability. So that instantly went up to 50%, so that is great, so I'll keep on doing that. Then this is the outbreak of civil war. So in 30 days, I will automatically declare war on the Californian Way, so I need to prepare for that. So to do that, I have started construction of civilian and military factories in my 3 states that have the highest infrastructure, so that they will build as fast as possible. And as the infrastructure increases, I will add on some more factories as I need to. I mentioned that I had to redo my production, and what I've done is I've completely cancelled the production of the Enforcer infantry armor and the caravans, so everything has 1 on them, and these 2 spare I will move around as I need to when I use my new templates to reconstruct my army. And talking of new templates, so these are all the templates that I was able to acquire whilst playing over the NCR over 2 episodes. I am going to get rid of basically all of them because President Moore has designed some new infantry templates that we're going to use. So first one is my special forces, Californian Rangers. I know what a lot of you are thinking, why have I mixed light and heavy special forces together? Basically, I want to try and see how it works, and this is also an effective way of getting fire teams and demolition into your normal infantry line and into your frontline platoons instead of support, where they are generally more effective. So I'll be the Californian Rangers, and then the Californian Troopers is just a general purpose 20 width infantry division, also with the same support, fire teams and demolitions. Now unfortunately I won't be able to use all of them from the beginning, so I will also be using this infantry template number 4, simple 20 width fire team and anti-tank, very good for defensive. So I'll be using that as well for a short while until I have more equipment to upgrade. And then to fill out my divisions, 2nd and 8th Division have a rather long front here to protect. So to try boost them up, I'm going to edit this NCR Federal Troopers template to make it a nice, simple 10 width infantry. And I am going to train 13, I hope my math works out, 13 divisions of that. So let me deploy, wrong one, and there. Let me deploy my last NCR Trooper Division and now change my template. So these will all be Californian Rangers, and then half of these will become Californian Troopers and the other half will become the infantry template 4. I will update these to the Californian troopers template as soon as I have equipment, and I'm also thinking of actually creating a veteran template later when I have equipment to burn, using that infantry armor. Add a nice little bit of hardness to everything. Okay, so that is that, I believe. So last thing to do is to select my focus tree. As you will notice here, all the previous focuses that have to do with Murphy and Kimball have all disappeared. I didn't do any of them. I chose to focus on my army. You, of course, can play the game however you want to. But now, the only choice I really have is to secure the NCR in preparation for my Civil War. Okay, armor hardening is completed, so I want to carry on and do some research into my power armor. So I'm going to go for the support frame. Then I have gotten some military factories. So what am I in the red for? Okay. See, I did the math and I knew I wasn't going to have enough to supply everything, but fighting weaponry is in the red. So, ooh, that is 8. That is very nice. Okay, so let's add on to, no, not anti-tank rifles, onto support equipment. That looks a bit low as well. And then let's do one more for the Air Force. Yes. Then I want to add traits to my unit leaders. So for my commanding officer, I'm going to add melee hacker for the division attack, and sneering imperialist so I can move faster over difficult terrains. For my special forces, I will be getting both the special forces trees, but for now I want to get commando and improvisation expert also, so I can move faster over land. Speed is everything when you are on the attack. And then for second division, which is more defensive, I'm going to get mysterious stranger for my infantry attack and defense, and then gun nut for the same thing but for my fire teams. Okay, Squirmin for vermin. Okay. Moore looked over the state of Junktown. In the past centuries, since it was first visited by the Vault Dweller, the town had become rather infamous for its reputation, with the popularity of tales of a Junktown jerky vendor representing the town as a place where greed and violence were met with equal violence. While the reality of the town wasn't very far off. However, while Gizmo's influence on the town remained, the Darkwater family retained power. Though after the town became a part of the state of Shady, the Darkwater's frontiers justice was instead exchanged for the prospect of prison and judicial justice. The Junktown jail, once a small tin shack for drunks and would-be miscreants, had long since transformed into the Junktown Detention Center, a place where ne'er-do-wells of Shady and neighboring states were housed when MaxSec became too full, or the crimes they committed were either political or absolutely heinous in nature. The man Moore was looking for was said to be guilty of both, but Moore knew that the NCR had always been too soft when it came to the treatment of infidels, when it came to the rule of law, not to mention that she needed trained and capable military generals. I really do. And the man who should still be in here fit that exactly. Roger, also known as Rat Boy, was an oft-cited figure in the Mojave campaign, with his battalion, the NCR Exiles, operating shortly after the Peterson administration declared retaliation for the Mojave murders. Though he was praised by Brahmin barons and gunrunners alike for his exceptional performance and quick action, unknown to most of the citizenry of NCR, he got his results through what would be called horrific scenes of mass murder. Bloody hell. Though his targets largely remained within raiders and violent tribes, after 15 years of extermination, his vigor was taken away from him when then General Aaron Kimball completed the pacification of the Mojave in Bullhead City. Shortly after, the full extent of his violence was revealed. Okay, no shrink for a fink. Ratboy, angry at his hopeful position being stolen, staged a confrontation with the president-elect in his office, though after jumping and almost assaulting the man, was placed in the JDC in 2273. Since then, he had remained there, waiting for any updates on his sentence. Although he was initially set to serve for life at the age of 47, his military service earned him a dishonorable discharge, while he would be set to be reformed within the JDC, though with orders to transfer him to MAXSEC if he got too rowdy. Roger's attempted rehabilitation was mostly person-to-person, with a designated therapist meeting with him. Although his stories of war, extermination, and taste for violence earned him a reputation of going through approximately a dozen therapists per month, including short-circuiting a Miss Nanny brought in, which resulted in the additional murders of half a dozen prison staff. However, as the Miss Nanny caused it and not Roger, he was unable to be transferred as of yet. Despite his reputation, the JDC continued functioning, albeit with a hastily constructed maximum security cell made to accommodate the man. This cell was one of the few left unopened when the NCR's electoral deadlock was announced, with many of the low and medium security prisons let go. The guards hoped that by leaving the maximum security prisoners to rot, they would do the nation a service, but Moore didn't want Roger going to waste, nor any of the exiles who had been imprisoned with him. Using electronic picklocks she had obtained from the now former Mayor Warden Darkwater, she opened the maximum security cells. Grizzled faces looked up at her, still wearing the NCR military outfits they had been wearing since first being imprisoned. Clean yourselves up. You offer your valuable service to your nation. A level 3 unit leader. Now that is something I need. You are going to the 8th Division. Might even rename you the NCR Exiles. Okay, and then, hazed and confused, he'd finally done it. It had taken months, but Grant C. Haynes had finally explored the whole of the complex. He had started with the first floor, opening up crate after crate, unlocking locker after locker. While most of it was weapons and armor storage, he did come across some interesting cybernetics. The second floor was far more interesting, seemingly the hub of the base's defense mechanisms, although long deactivated. The computers were also wiped, offering basic terminal functions for the unpowered robot husks. The third floor was the most boring, only offering a measly greenhouse and food storage area, which Hayes came to be grateful for, only having a few weeks' worth stored in his card, being supposed to be car, but was otherwise unremarkable. The fourth floor seemed to have been a storage area for genetic mutation testing, though like the second floor, all logs were wiped and all potential experimentation equipment taken away, leaving only signs and reminders. The fifth floor was the officers' quarter, and while it did have a terminal, it only told Hayes what he had come to guess already, that the complex had been abandoned, although he was uncertain if the time frame of the abandonment was before the Great War or during the NCR Enclave War. Satisfied with his work, Hayes ventured out of the bunker for the first time in months. His already pale skin had somehow become even more pale, giving a slight burning sensation when exposed to the sun. Hints of stubble and hair also pocketed Hayes' face. He had brought essentials, but luxuries like a razor were not available to him in the bunker. However, the most intriguing thing was the state of his car, or rather the lack of it. In its place was a tall signboard with a woman's face on it. The poster was deep red and black, with big red letters reading, "The luxury of stagnant diplomacy is over," with black and red stars adorning the corners. Hayes swore he recognized the woman from somewhere, though he also had to admit she didn't look particularly attractive. Although he was annoyed at his car being removed, he was curious what had happened to the NCR since he had been gone. And so Hayes begins a long trip home to Dayglow. Okay, so he can be an advisor again. I'm not going to hire him as I need to keep 80 political power and 30 army experience in the bank for some future focuses, but maybe I'll hire him after that. Okay, steam-powered extraction is finished, But instead of carrying on with some construction research, I'm going to move on to my agriculture so I can boost the manpower I've lost. I didn't do these on purpose early in the playthrough so that I could use them now, and then I have realized I have not yet started to train my special forces or my standard Californian infantry. And then I want to add some traits to Mr. Ratboy over here, so I'm going to go for improvisation expert and mysterious stranger. Okay, my monoplane fighters are ready, so the last for research I'm going to do for aircraft right now is drop tanks to get extra 5% range. Start manufacturing those monoplanes straight away, and then yes, my troops are ready to be deployed. So now see if my maths worked out correctly. So I need 8 and 5. Okay, that is perfect. So that one I'll fill up 20th and just help make sure this line is manned as best as I possibly can. Okay, we have the March of Traitors. President General, it seems the traitors are rallying behind the follower Calhoun. They're intending on marching on Shady Sands to protest our rule. While we can easily secure the city, we have to act before things get a lot uglier. Declare martial law immediately. Oh, that's not good. Okay, but it's 90 days. Stonks, so there's some free money. And we've finished securing the bear. So I want to move on to boosting my army with Brave Sons of California. So organization will go up by 12 and recovery rate by 10%. And I have declared war on the Californian Way. So I guess it's time to go down to California and take it back. Alright, that's Brave Sons of California done. First I want to do loyalty and patriotism, which will give me Californian patrols, speed plus 15, more recruitable population, and my enemy surrender limit, or mine. I'm not sure how the surrender limit thing works. This is going to cost me 80 political power and 30 army experience. That's what I was banking on. Alright, that's crop rotation finished. Time to get irrigation for another 500 extra manpower. Okay, loyalty and patriotism finished. Time to get good soldiers, trained soldier. It will give me some boost, but will increase my training time by 20%, which sucks. A good soldier, the trained soldier is done, and we are no longer under the fix of martial law. So I want to get, I have a choice between hire the Granite Company, which will give me a whole bunch of bonuses, including sophisticated power tech or Ranger resilience. Also bonuses and sophisticated special forces tech. Now I'm going to go for hiring the Granite Company because special forces tech, the sophisticated special forces tech is only one more upgrade, whereas I will get 5 with the possibility that if I pick my scavengers, pick up any additional power armor, I might be able to actually use some of them. So I'm going to hire the Granite Company. Goddard's warning. A courier from Colorado has made his way to Congress with a message from Goddard. He claims that a former Legion slave has arrived in his camp and has brought news. The Legion is invading Colorado. He is requesting military forces to aid the nations of Colorado against the Legion. Shall we oblige? We'll accept at a price. Okay. We'll have to decline. No. Let's help out the beggars. Okay. Granite Company has been hired. There's my sophisticated power tech. Then last but not least, I want to get loyal officer promotions, which will give all my new army officers So great bonuses, and I've picked up 2 dockyards along the way. So let's boost my little navy with a heavy ship and a medium. And let's bump this up to 2. Okay, now let me make sure that they go straight to the Boneyard Fleet and nowhere else. Okay. What do we have here? Okay, drop tanks is finished. I want to move on to boosting. Yeah, let's boost all my support equipment a little bit, starting with high caliber ammunition, mainly for the extra piercing. We have here. Okay. Right, irrigation is finished. Let me get the last one. I believe I can. Yes. Industrial fertilizer. Got some more factories. Where am I going to put them on? Okay. Got 2. Okay, let's put them on support equipment for now. Actually, 1 on support equipment, 1 on anti-tank. Complicated circuitry is done. I want to do long range radio. It's faster, and then I can move straight onto these encryption and decryption research techs as well to give my military just a little bit of an intel boost. And there we have loyal officer promotions done. Next, I want to get some more arms factories from Renewal, so I'll take the gunrunner facilities. Okay, Californian Way is 36% away from capitulation. My power armor support frame is finished. So now I want to do, what's the quickest? 75. Here we go. Guerrilla tactics, 5% extra breakthrough. And now that I see it, let me boost my special forces doctrine just enough. I always like going for the breakthrough, soft attack and hard attack, and this affects all special forces. Doesn't matter if it's light or heavy. Okay, I've taken the gun runner facilities. That will give me 2 extra arms workshops. Now to get some civilian workshops and a lot more resource efficiency and factory output, etc. High caliber ammunition is done. So now I want to go for volatile explosives again for more piercing. I've noticed my line is quite thin here with 8th Division, so I need to be quite careful. I think I'm actually going to change this plan again. Okay, that expanded prison responsibilities done. So next, let's go for see what this event Junktown Resistance is all about. Alright, guerrilla tactics is finished. I think it's time to go for weapon modification. Get a little bit of boost there, and I'm going to be sticking with ballistic weapons. Just seems right. Now, Junktown resistance. We rely on the Junktown road for our supply line stretching into the Southern California and to the Mojave. Yet we have been receiving many false intel about raiders blocking the roads, requiring us to reroute our shipments. Some local patriots report that the mayor of Junktown is behind our delayed shipments. While barging in and arresting the mayor with our troops is an option, maybe a show of force with our tanks would convince the mayor into cooperation without escalating the problem. Okay, so we have shooting practice for our tanks, and troops can handle the situation. Now this sounds like, because I know there's two after it. Okay, so junker tank. Ooh, add technology, tank equipment, vehicle tech 2. What's this? Nope, I'm going with practice shooting for our tanks. Now let's see. Ooh, I'll also get base war support. I don't know if you noticed, but my stability is 0. Okay, so junker tank it is. Volatile explosives is done. Let me upgrade my stim packs as well as my more doctrines. So let me go for get. Now I want to get extra organization on my light special forces. Alright, that's industrial fertilizer done, so back to General's production. There we go for public projects. And junker tank is done, and I get wasteland tank. Brilliant. I was wondering on what land doctrine I should use, and I've just decided I'm going to go with I think it's called motorized. Okay, dealing with the barons. Let's see what this is about, and I'll add production right at the bottom there. Get some tanks going. The fall of Shady. What the hell? Okay, I don't know how they did that. But I obviously need to get back my capital now. How the hell? That's just not right. Barons. President General, our attempts at restoring order to the Republic are not well received by everyone. While an average citizen's bark is worse than their bite, we cannot say the same for the Barons. As a cabal, with shared interests, they can be powerful allies or enemies, capable of rallying entire mercenary armies against us. They are not entirely opposed to our rule. However, they are sympathetic to letting the luxuries of stagnated democracy go. That sounds a bit familiar. And are offering to fund our rule in exchange for less bureaucracy. Of course, we may want to destroy the Shady Cabal to eliminate any threats to our rule. Window of opportunity is closing, however. We must act before the Barons look for opportunities elsewhere. Okay. Mark for Death Alliance. Okay, that's definitely... Okay, so eliminate Barons. War support. Division attack, that looks good. Infrastructure construction speed. Not too worried. Ally with Barons. Don't like that at all. Okay. I'm going to eliminate the Barons. Hope this doesn't start a war straight away. Yeah, still a little bit more to go. Okay, that's weapon modifications done. 192. Let me do another frame hardening. Okay, stimpaks are done. Let me get logistics 3, and I just remembered I need to reset my deployment point because somehow Shady Sands got cancelled. Captured, sorry. Radio is done. Let me get decryption with side channel attack, and you may have noticed I was moving my special forces down to take out here, but then I realized if Dayglow is their current capital, these are low supplied, and if I could just get this fleet to actually patrol, that would be absolutely amazing and stop the supply. Okay, so eliminate Barons now. Yeah, let's get study gunrunner schematics. our channel's done, let me do pulse code modulation for more encryption, and then I'll do my last research after that. Okay, I'll study the gun runner schematics. Next, only one I can see to do is new procurement system. Lowers my production cost for fire team and demolition equipment. Pulse code modulation done. Let's do my last research before I move on to my land doctrine. Public projects. Let's go for standardized tools. Okay, that's logistics 3 done. I actually want to, now that I'm getting some tanks, so I skipped all that. That is brilliant. Okay. Let's get motorization. I haven't decided if I'm going to go with the trucks or the cars, but I do like the trucks. So let's do that. Alright, new procurement system is done. And I can't do anything else right now. Okay, so let's finish this war. Offered to pass in exchange for looking other way if they were to secure 4 ways. Although it would be useful buffer for us against the north, would it be we could do worse? Okay, sure, why not? modernization is done. I'm gonna go scrap trucks. I like scrap trucks. Eureka moment. While some might say the Republic and Royer already have too many ideas, Eureka's instructors could be invaluable. Excellent. Arm experience gain, caps income. I've got more than enough caps. Different idea. Excellent. Standardized tools. Let's do backyard workshops. I wanted to finish this off between 10 to 80, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that right. Power frame hardening. Now I want to, service rifle, and I'm going to use fix 50 XP as well. Get a bit more of a boost. scrap trucks is done. Mobile assault weaponry, and I will start to upgrade them. There we are. Right, this militarized computer done. I want to go on with battle plans. I'm going to go down the mechanized warfare path, I've decided. Mobile assault weaponry is done. I'll just do salvage trucks for now, then I'll start researching something else. As you can see, Caesar's Legion is justifying against me. I am very glad right now for these buffers. So I hope that gives me some time to sort out. Oh, now the Californian Society before I have to face off against Kaiser. Alright, the second battle of Hoover Dam has started off. Well, this text is slightly wrong, as they are going to be going up against the provisional state of Mojave, Control it. Oh, that war's still going on. No, it's done. Oh, then alliance, Mojave Alliance, yes. I still want to try this tree. Really do. Right, my service rifle is done. Since I'm upgrading things, I might as well go for my patrol armor. And let's start manufacturing those straight away. And with that, finally, the Californian Way is defeated. I won't lie, that took a bit longer than I thought it would. And now I'm going to end the episode here. Let's have a quick recap. So, Californian State has conquered the Californian Way. California Society, hopefully I'll be able to take out in the next episode, but at the same time I need to prepare for my war against Kaiser. Otherwise, thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.